Hello, everyone. I'm Rich Harris, and today Clayton Conover and myself will be speaking with Vrenz Bleijenbergh, one of the top prospects in Europe and a two-time bronze medalist in the Euro Championships for the Belgian junior national team. Vrenz plays for the Antwerp Giants in Belgium, and they are about to begin the playoffs in the EuroMillions League, and they are a third seed in that tourney. So far this season, Vrenz has played in a total of 36 games in the EuroMillions League and Euro Cup combined. He is currently averaging 9.9 points, 3.5 assists, 4.7 rebounds, and 1 point steals per game. On the latest Hoops Prospects draft board, which will be updated later today, Vrenz sits at number 66, right on the edge of the second round. He has a good chance to improve that standing with good workouts, and also some players will probably be pulling out. So, hello, Vrenz.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you
Thanks
doing?
again to hear you. I'm doing fine, really fine.
All right. So let's begin by talking about you kind of had a breakout season this year. You made a lot of strides this season. Your numbers have basically increased across the board, in just about every category. So
hmm
in search in terms of parts of your game, be it dribbling, shooting, defense, what do you think you've improved the most at this season, and where do you still want to improve?
I mean, the most thing I improved was my strength because I was really skinny dude. Last year I played as a point guard in the Champions League. Is a third highest division in Euro basketball. Yeah, I played as a point guard, and it was really tough for me because I was like around 150, 160 lbs. I was really skinny, and I had to improve a lot on my body, so it was really important for me to become stronger. So that was the biggest point for me.
Okay. All right. Clayton?
Yeah, so back in 2019, you tested the NBA draft waters.
hmm
And I assume that's going to be something you're doing again this year. But what everyone wants to know is, will you stay in the draft? And it may be too early for you to answer this question, but what are some of the factors that will go into that decision? As well, like an example would be, if you can go to the league starting, next season, would that be an option for you?
Yeah, I entered the draft 2 years ago, and I put my name out because I had no chance. I didn't prove anything, but it was good to see where I was at that point. Uh, After that, when I was pulling out my name, I knew there was work to do. I had a lot to do, but yeah, this year I got a lot of interest. My coaches are really busy with phone calls with other teams from the NBA. So they're really interested. But so far, I know I just want to focus on season, so I don't know really a lot. But I know behind the scenes and there is going on a lot. But yeah, I'm going this summer to the States. It will be my first time in the States, and I'm gonna do some workouts. So yeah, we will see after that.
Just curious, do you know where in the States you're going?
Sorry,
Do you know where in the States you're going to be going?
when or
Where?
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 Where specifically?
I'm flying out to LA because my agency is right there. And then yeah, I'm going to travel to the teams where I'm gonna work out.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll be fun though. Get some sun.
All right. So for those, people over in the states that aren't familiar with with your game, if I had to, it's not easy to roll your game up in a nutshell. But I mean, as far as positionally, I would say if someone asked, what is he? And I would say he's a 6'10" wing with point guard skills. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I will take that like a 6'10" point forward, like a secondary ball handler. I will more say that like that. But I think the strongest thing in my game is also I can play with the ball in my hands, but I can also play without the ball. I can play off ball. So I think that's also a good thing for me that teams can use. And yeah, I think a secondary playmaker is the good word for it.
Okay. So to follow up on that, I think, I've seen a ton of guys in this draft class, and I believe you're one of the better passers in this draft class.
hmm
You have exceptional vision, and your passing accuracy and touch is just uncanny. Um, and so, but however, at this time, if I was going to compare you to, say, in obviously unfair comparison, but if I had to, like, say, somebody like a Chris Paul, a traditional point guard, I would say the difference is Chris Paul, being smaller, is able to consistently get off the rim and consistently either pull up or make runners in the lane. And I would say that's where you differ from Chris Paul. So would you say that's fair? And if so, what type of role do you think you're going to have in the NBA?
It's really difficult to say because I think you're right for that point, but yeah, I don't know. I really trying to don't have a exact role because I really want to have that I can do more things than just one thing. So I can do more things, and I think that's really important because if you can do more things, the team have more options with you, and it makes you more special. So I think I really can't say what I'm looking for right now, but we will see what the team need.
Right. I think the word you were looking for is versatile.
Yeah,
You want to be versatile, and I would say that you could comfortably play 1 through 4. Would you agree with that?
yeah, for sure. I think during my career right now, I play from 1 to 3, but playing on the 4, I think is no problem for me. Uh, my body really improved. I became stronger. It's now easier to defend also because first it was really hard for me to defend on people because I was not that strong, but I gained a lot of weight and a lot of muscle. But I think there is room to improve even more. So I think yeah, 1 to 4 easily. I think.
Yeah, so you weren't originally projected to grow so tall. Maybe you could take me through that process of, your growth spurt in high school. Um, so of course, being shorter initially made you focus on perimeter skills instead of post moves, when you're growing. So what were a couple of things on and off the court that became more difficult for you as you grew? Whether it's like
Mhm.
car, or just doing some dishes, like
No, no, no. Yeah, I know. I understand you. Yeah, like when I was younger, I always was pretty tall for my age, but I wasn't that tall. Like I was always the tallest on my team. But in Belgium, if you're tall, you get put on a 5, and if you're small, you are point guard. But the problem with my team was, yeah, we had no kids that had like court vision or can bring the team, lead the team. So I've been put it on the point guard a lot, and that's why I worked a lot of my handles and less on post move because I was always the 1 or 2 in the team. And yeah, because I wasn't expected to be 6'10". I was expected to be 6'8". But barefoot, I'm around, yeah, I think almost 6'11" right now. Last time I did my, I don't know how you say it in English, but the height test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was almost 6'11", so it was a little bit of surprise for everyone.
So were there any things that like were more difficult for you? Like from when you were like 6'6" to 6'10" and a half or so from now? Like was ball handling more difficult for you? Was shooting
Uh,
difficult?
no, I don't think so because I practice every day on it. And I think I'm lucky that I was in a good mental state to keep on practicing because some guys think, okay, I can dribble the ball, but I don't want to get better on it, and I'm the guy that want to be better every day, and that's why I kept on getting better in these things.
So also in the previous question, Rich was alluding to some issues with you executing the pick and roll, just consistently. Um, do you attribute any of those, like, I wouldn't say flaws, but just areas to work on to your size? Do you think you can improve on those areas going forward, specifically shooting on the move and
Yeah.
also back in the basket? With a
I think because I've never worked really on it with back to basket, I think when I have the time and I have the right coach, because here in Belgium we don't have like coaches that are really focused on that. We got two coaches and that's it. So I think if I got the time to really focus on it with someone who's really good at it and can teach me, I probably can do it. And also, yeah, shooting off the dribble, I think is my weakest point. Because I barely use it, because or I shoot a three, or I use I'm going to the basket. But I think that's something I can really add in my game.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like it's important to ask these questions because, not everyone realizes like you only have two coaches, like
It is.
NBA team, you're going to have 5, 6, 7, maybe, over a dozen
For
coaches,
sure.
so, it's just important to get that context.
Mhm.
Thank you, though.
Sure.
Off to you, Rich.
All right, it's time to talk about the boring part of the game, defense. And when I've watched you, I've been impressed with your combination of length and mobility, your ability to recover when you make a mistake, and your playmaking in terms of blocks and steals. You get your hands on a lot of balls. Um, so at the same time, I see some areas where you could improve. And I was
Mhm.
hoping you could evaluate your defense for me and where you think you can improve and what you think you're
Uh-huh.
good at too. I mean, do you agree with the things that I mentioned? And so, what are your strengths and weaknesses on defense? Is basically what I'm asking.
I mean, I think the really strength in my defensive part is like I got a tall body, I got long arms. I can be in the passing lanes easily. I can get easily steals. But yeah, there's always, because you're tall, you're not that flexible, and because I growing a lot, I was not really flexible. But I'm also working on it right now to be low on your feet, in your legs, and if I do that more, I can be more aggressive on the ball. But like last year, because I've played on the point guard, I always had to put full court defense. Okay, in the NBA, it's not really a thing, but in Euro basketball, is for me, because I was a young guy. I had to bring energy on the court, so I picked up full court. And for a guy from like 6'10", it's not that easy, because you play against guards that are 6'2", 6'1". So
Right.
it was really tough, but it helped me a lot, and I think that helped me so hard that now guarding people like 6'5", 6'6", being the feet, I think that really helped me a lot.
Okay. And one thing that I saw, and I think it was not your last game against. I may screw up the pronunciation of this. Is it Usted?
Ostin, yeah, okay.
Usted. And it wasn't. So I didn't see your last game. I saw the one in April, and
Yeah.
they constantly you were guarding number 7
hmm
and he tried to run you ragged around picks. He was
hmm
constantly in motion off the ball, and you guys and I can't say it was on you, but there were definitely some communication breakdowns with the pick and roll. and
hmm
and I and in other games, I think if I had to pick a weakness, I would say it's your ability to deal with screens. Do you think
hmm
is that fair?
Um, yeah, it's fair to say now, because yeah, I don't know if you really followed up the team, but we lost our big guy and we had some roster changes,
Right.
and the team real now is like, it's a little bit tough, because our big guy is not a guy that say, yeah, screen's coming left, screen's coming right, flare screen or whatever. So I mean, communication is really important. I'm not gonna say I'm good at dodging picks, but I mean, if you don't know where the screen is coming from, it's hard to defend. Look over your shoulder, where's the screen coming from, and then you're right in the screen. So sometimes it's hard because the communication, the team is bad. But yeah, I don't know. I think I can defend pick and rolls good, but yeah, last few months is really tough because the communication is kind of bad.
Yeah, so you're making just over 35% of your threes this season. And also your points per possession numbers show that you're a much more effective shooter off the catch than off the dribble. Um, so having said that, one thing I noticed while watching you play was your lower body sway is pretty significant. You tend to rotate in a counterclockwise direction. Now for right-hand shooters, that's pretty common to an extent, but you have a pretty significant rotation?
It's just I don't know if I really want to change it because when I was younger, I was a really good shooter. That's why I'm not happy with my stats right now. Like 35 is way too low, and I'm really not happy. But I had the last 3 years, it was really hard for me to combine getting stronger and keep my shot on the same level. So it was like, or I go to the gym, I work myself, and keeping my shot under control and get back on my shot after it, or just keep the same body and have a good shot. And I think that was a smart choice to me to okay, I shot less good, but I think in a few years my shot will be great again because when I was younger I was a really good shooter, and that's why it's really hard for me to get like 35% is way too low.
So I assumed that Ustend is your big rival. Is that
Yeah.
correct? All right.
Yeah, is the rival of our team
Right. And
because normally we are always 1 and 2, so it hurts we are third now.
Right. And so they're the reigning champion. They've won 9 straight titles. However, you guys played them in the last 2 finals, and you beat them just about 10 days ago. You had 15 points and 5 boards and 4 steals in that game, by the way. So how do you feel about your chances in the playoffs, and what are some of your keys? Do you think that you can, let's say, I know you don't want to look ahead to them, but in the long run, what do you think your key to success is to make a long run and perhaps win the championship?
I mean, yeah, the biggest keys are that we are gonna be a team in the playoffs because now the last games of the regular season it was free for all. Like everyone wanted to get their points, and some people are already thinking about next year, and it's really hard if you start thinking about next year. Your focus is not the same to win games, and that's the difference in Austin. Everyone want to play for the title, and I think if we can do that and get our heads together and be as one team, I think that's the biggest key to win the finals because I think we really got the talent, but we just need to prove it on the court.
Okay, you had to be encouraged by your last game against them, right? From the looks of it, they pretty much played their starters, right?
I mean, they had a few young guys with them because they had some COVID problems. So I think it's not really good to say it was a good challenge for us, but it was good for our I would just say that it was good for the team to get to be ready for the playoffs.
Confidence?
Yeah, for the confidence. Yeah,
right.
that was the word I was sorry for. Yeah, so it was really important, and now we are third seed. We got Leuven coming up this week. It's a team that's really in. They're playing good lately, so it's gonna be a tough one. And then we got the second seed of the league, so it's gonna be a long run.
Right. And this first series is best of 3, and then does it go best
of 3, best of 3, best of 5.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Clayton.
Yeah. So, what are some intangibles that you could bring to any team?
I'm a really good energy guy. Next to basketball, I'm a really good teammate. I think I can bring the team together, be one family. I think that's also a big part to the game because some teams think, oh, if we have 5 good players, we're gonna win, and I don't think so. If you see the Knicks this year, it's an example. They don't have the big names, but they are like one family, one group, and they're every night they fighting for each other. So I think I'm that kind of person that really can bring the team together. And also my like how you say the word versatility. I don't know how to say that, but I think I can really help the team to get everyone on his spot and play in their best position.
Also, like a follow up to that too. So, with your head coach, let me know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Christoph Begin.
Yeah, Begin. Yeah.
Begin. Is that something that he's preached from the top down? Like family and how important that is.
He tried to do it, but like I said, it's a really difficult situation right now in our team. We had then 3 players that left the team mid-season, 3 players that come from straight out of college. One is his rookie year, so he's new in Europe. It's hard for him because he never been in Europe, so it's really tough, like I already said. And but he's trying it. But yeah, I try to, like, next to the court, of the court, in the locker room, I try to get them really involved in the team and that they feel home. And I think that's the most important thing for me right now for them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's gotta be pretty cool too. You know, like you got all this adversity going on. You know, not to mention with COVID. You know, the departures of some teammates. So you gotta really take more of a leadership role from your own end. You know, it's gotta be great reps. You know, for the long run with your career.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
All right, off to you, Rich.
Friends, I wasn't planning on asking you this exact question, but you kind of led me to it. You know, the Belgian league has suddenly become a good place for draft prospects. At least in my opinion, there are at least 3 other NBA prospects playing in EuroMillions. We have you the highest rank of
Nakic.
Nakic,
Ursula.
right? And the little point guard who has like 6 names, Droost.
Oh, Van der Vurst de Vries.
Right.
The guy, yeah. I know him.
Right.
Yeah, really good player. Yeah. Also a really good player, yeah.
Right. But he's down there on our list. He's not on our top 200, but he's the guy, we keep a list of kind of guys to keep an eye on in the future,
Sure.
So my point being is it's really become a good place for young players to develop. But I guess at the same time, and next year the league's going to get bigger when you're combining with the Netherlands. But I guess that's part of what you're talking about is players kind of start thinking about themselves. I guess that kind of goes along with being a serious developmental league, I guess, huh? Is it?
Yeah, what I mean is they come here and they trying to get out of it as soon as possible. And,
like the G League.
Like the G League, yeah, it is.
Right.
It is. But yeah, like you said, the league it's not the highest level league, but I think it's good for experience for young guys like me, like the names you just said. And so I think there are also really good players in the league. So because our point guard Gibbs, I don't know if you know him, Gibbs.
Sterling Gibbs, yeah.
Sterling Gibbs. He's a really good player. He's a really good player, and I think sometimes our league is underrated because Belgium. Who knows Belgium? People don't even know the country. Who gonna know the league? So sometimes it's hard to get known in the league. But you see people getting there like Nakic, Silla, because getting experience playing under a good team, because you're gonna play in the top 2 team in the league, and you also play European basketball. So you got to take your chances on that one.
Okay. All right, Clayton.
So yeah, this has been a pretty hectic time for you, with the playoffs and all the draft information coming out. So when the playoffs are over, what are going to be your next steps for you?
I mean, my really focus is now on the playoffs. Okay, in the back of your mind, you always got the draft in your head, but because there are scouts in the gym, and it's not easy to don't think about it. But your main focus is for sure the playoffs right now. But yeah, after the playoffs, I hope to be fully vaccinated. That's the first thing, and to come over to the States. Otherwise, I need a negative COVID test and sit out. But coming to LA in June, I think, and then I have some workouts lined up with some NBA teams because they're kind of really interested. And we will see on the draft day what's gonna happen because it's getting closer.
Yeah, man. Hey, good luck with the second dose. I just got mine the other day, and I don't know.
Yeah, here in Belgium it's terrible. So I hear a lot of friends in the States, they're already fully vaccinated, and here it's kind of terrible.
Progress. Hey, gotta look on the bright side. We're still getting out of it at least.
Yeah.
All right, off to you, Rich.
All right. Since I'm like 90 years old, I got vaccinated earlier than you guys. But so I'm going to end by you must feel like you've run the gauntlet with us, Vrenz. We really ask you some tough questions, and I appreciate you dealing
No
with those.
problem.
And now I want to end with a fun question. Let's
All
talk
right.
a little bit about you off the court. You know, what are some of your hobbies? How many languages do you speak, by the way? Because I know there is no official language in Belgium. And what else would you like us to know about you, just off the court?
I mean, yeah, how many languages I speak? I speak yeah, three. Good. I got 4 or 5 maybe, but not really good because my English is not. It's all right. I can communicate with people. I can yeah just live in another country by speaking English. But yeah, what I'm doing off the court, I got a girlfriend. My family is really important to me. So it's gonna be tough if I leave the home next year. It's gonna be really tough for me because it will be the first time being out of my by being away of my family. So next to that, yeah, I got a girlfriend. I got my own dog. I bought him for next year to not be alone. So yeah, part of that playing PlayStation, playing 2K. Hopefully, playing next year with my own player. So so yeah, we will see.
All right, great. So we really want to thank you because we know you're super busy for joining
Yeah,
us
no problem.
today. We'll be rooting for you in the playoffs, and please stay in touch. We love to stay in touch with the guys we
Sure,
talk to,
sure.
and we wish you the very best, and we'll
Thank
definitely
you.
be following your career.
Thank you. Also, thank you. Thanks for inviting me to this.
Oh, we enjoyed it.
Really appreciate it. Seriously.
No problem.